This airport has always been on our list, but an invitation changed everything.
Day three here?
And this is the world's famous campground.
Whoa. We feel the love at Cal Fire.
Oh.
Yeah, watch your head, because I banged it on
I banged it back there. And we try a Helitack crew recommended pizza.
Cheers, cheers.
This airport visit is unlike any we've done before. We ended up filming over 8 hours of footage, which Irene somehow worked her magic on and trimmed down to 30 minutes. We've been wanting to come here for a long time, but a special invite from an incredible person finally got us to put it on the calendar. It meant we'd get a rare opportunity to tour one of our all-time favorite organizations. Pilots have mentioned this airport to us more times than we can count, even before we started this channel. It's one of those places spoken about with reverence, and everyone seems to have a story or fond memory tied to their visit. This is definitely an airport where planning matters, especially for the first timers. It sits in rising terrain, and as we discovered, the approach can be a bit tricky. The runway almost disappears until you're practically on final. We originally assumed there wouldn't be much to do here, but we were very wrong. We spent a couple of days exploring Columbia and Sonora, toured the airport grounds, including the best spots to camp, and of course the main reason for our trip, receiving an in-depth tour of the Cal Fire Air Attack Base here at Columbia Airport in Columbia, California.
Hey, Columbia traffic, 538's on the go, making right close traffic, Columbia.
Today, we departed Corona on a VFR day for a long cross country, about 300 nautical miles, cruising at 8,500 feet. Southern California started off pretty hazy, and as we made our way north, a low fog layer settled over the Central Valley. For a while, we were essentially VFR over the top, but it finally cleared up around Fresno. Winds were calm the whole way, which is a nice bonus on a trip like this. If anything, we had maybe a 5-knot headwind. Between Bakersfield and Fresno, off to the west, is the Lemoore Naval Air Station, MOA. You can fly through it, but we usually choose to go around. Quick note for your calendar though, Lemoore is hosting an air show next year on March 21st through 22nd of 2026. Now, continuing the flight, we stayed west of the mountains until the terrain really started to get scenic. Before long, we were flying over some of the prettiest views of the trip and setting up for right traffic to runway 17.
Columbia traffic over 19039 Hotel, 15 miles southwest, inbound for right traffic 17 full stop, Columbia.
Hotel and traffic, crew check 191, upwind runway 16, making right traffic, McClellan.
Columbia Airport has a surprisingly rich history. Most of the construction work was done by Civilian Conservation Corps Company 752, stationed at nearby Camp Yankee Hill. They worked under the technical supervision of the Sonora Ranger Unit of the California Division of Forestry. The project was officially known as Project 54 and included clearing and developing 45.2 acres of what was then called Brady Field and building 2 dirt strips, each between 24 and 2,500 feet long. The project was then completed on April 24th, 1934, and was officially dedicated in 1935 under its first name, Ralph Field.
Traffic, crew check 191, turning right crosswind, runway 16. Columbia traffic 538 is right downwind 17, Columbia.
And in that same year of 1935, $26,000 was approved for the construction of an administration building, runway work, and overall airport improvements. Now that might not sound like much today, but during the 1930s, it was a serious investment in aviation infrastructure, equivalent to $600,000 in today's money. Now fast forward to the late 1950s and Columbia Airport was about to become part of aviation history again. This was an era when aerial firefighting, known then as firebombing, was just beginning. The very first firefighting aircraft to operate here were surplus World War II Stearman trainers, which had often been converted into crop dusters. They were rugged, simple, and perfect for the early days of air attack experimentation. Sonora Flying Services operated several surplus World War II aircraft out of Columbia well into the late 60s, helping pioneer the aerial firefighting industry. Around the same time, the Columbia Air Attack Base was established near Columbia State Park, serving the California Division of Forestry Tuolumne Calaveras Unit. It began as a joint operation with the U.S. Forest Service, and then in 1966, the administration was transferred to the California Department of Forestry, more commonly known today as CAL FIRE. The joint operation continued until 1975, when the Forest Service relocated and CAL FIRE took full control.
Columbia traffic, 538 is final, 17, Columbia.
Columbia traffic, Aero 1939 Hotel, 8 miles southwest, inbound for right traffic, 17, Columbia.
Columbia Airport sits at an elevation of a little over 2,100 feet and is untowered with 2 runways. The primary runway 1735 is just under 4,700 feet long, and the second one is a rare sight in California, and it actually draws pilots here specifically to try it out. Runway 1129, a grass strip. We'll take a closer look at that one after we land. One thing to watch out for though is the NOTAMs. The grass runway is often closed for heavy rain. And there's currently a NOTAM restricting takeoffs from runway 11, likely because the departure path converges with runway 1735.
Come on traffic, clear check 191, short final, runway 16, McClellan. Columbia traffic, 538's on the go, 17, we'll be doing a right turnout towards the north part in the area. Columbia.
Columbia traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, 5 miles southwest, inbound for right traffic, 17, full stop, Columbia.
Columbia has classic Sierra foothill weather, hot, dry summers and cool, wet winters. Summer is usually in the 90s to 100s with almost no rain, great visibility, but watch that density altitude. Fall is one of the best times to fly here, clear skies and comfortable temperatures, which is why we decided to come today. Winter brings the rain, cooler temps in the 40s to 60s, and occasional morning fog. The airport rarely sees snow, but nearby hills might. And spring warms up quickly with mostly mild flying weather. Just remember, fire season in late summer and fall can bring TFRs, and the grass runway may close after rain. Now, one thing I did not study because I wasn't going to land on it was the pattern for runway 29. But the reason it's good to know is because it goes directly onto the downwind for runways 1735.
29er traffic, are you staying in the pattern and are you doing right traffic on 29?
Left crosswind 29er, Columbia. And Columbia traffic, 538 is making a right crosswind departure to the north, Columbia.
Traffic, Columbia Delta, left downwind 29, Columbia. Columbia Traffic over 39 Hotel on the 45 for 17, and we have that departing traffic from 17 in sight.
And just be aware that, I'm sure you've noticed, you can hear radio transmissions from McClellan Airport 50 miles northwest.
Flowing traffic, career track 191.
Got him.
Upwind, runway 16, heading straight out to depart to the south. Move on.
I did practice this approach multiple times on this simulator, but still, it does not compare to how difficult it was to come in the first time. Now, I did mention that morning fog. Columbia does have an instrument approach, the RNAV GPS for runway 35. It's only an LNAV, so the minimums are fairly high at about 1,000 feet AGL, which makes sense given the surrounding terrain. One important note, this approach is not, I repeat, is not authorized at night.
Columbia Traffic, 95 Delta, left base 29, Columbia. Columbia Traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, entering right downwind for 17, Columbia, full stop.
I usually talk about airspace, but terrain is really the bigger factor here. Columbia Airport definitely feels like it sits in a bowl surrounded by trees. On a hot day, say around 100 degrees, can push density altitude up to 5,300 feet, which has noticeable effects on aircraft performance. This is actually one reason why we hadn't visited until now. Density altitude can sneak up on anyone, the best pilots. It's a bit like spatial disorientation, and I tried to avoid stacking those odds against us.
Columbia Traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, turning right base for 17, Columbia.
Now, a little insight on this base turn. I could not see the runway since I was on the left side of the plane and we're trying to make our right turn. It was pretty difficult, but I had seen the runway, so I trusted that as I made this turn and got onto final that I would eventually see it.
Columbia Traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, turning final for 17, Columbia. Columbia Traffic, 55 Foxtrot, upwind, runway 17, departing straight out, Columbia.
Now, a little more insight, we're gonna come in pretty high here because again, it makes me nervous being in this location with just trees all around. And if anything happens to the engine, I have nowhere to go. So I'd rather stay high so I can be within glide distance of that runway. And CAL FIRE is not doing me any favors here because I was nearly distracted by how beautiful those grounds looked. Now, traffic can be really diverse here. You'll see Stearmans, TBMs, and most importantly, CAL FIRE with their S2Ts, the Bronco, and the Firehawk helicopter. If you're in the air, give them the right of way for departures and arrivals. And if you're on the ground, wait until they've cleared the area. Since Columbia is untowered, it's especially important to listen closely for CAL FIRE traffic.
Columbia Traffic, Aero 39 Hotel, clear of 17, Columbia.
Because as we'll see, some aircraft consistently land on runway 35 and for a very specific reason, which we'll get into a little later. Also, keep an eye out for planes that depart runway 17, land, and then turn around 180 and depart runway 35 for training. I've never seen it before at any other airport, and it could be common here, but again, if you're not used to that, just listen on the CTAF. Just like any other untowered airport, making clear position reports is key for safety. There is an FBO on the field, a Bald Eagle Aviation, that provides both self-serve and full-service fuel, and we'll definitely be getting a tour of that facility by our host. Now, one of the best things about Bald Eagle Aviation is they do have courtesy cars for 3 hours. But if you need them for the whole day, you can rent them, making it easy to get around. We actually didn't know this until we started planning for our trip. So again, if you just want to come in for the day to eat at one of the local restaurants, it's super, super easy. Sonora is only about 15 minutes away. Now, even though it was a long flight, it was actually quicker than we anticipated. But either way, we're glad to be here, and it's time to show you an amazing tour of Columbia and CAL FIRE. All right, today, oh man, so I'm still coming down. Today we are in Columbia in Northern California.
Yes.
And this one, there's 2 airports that were the most requested. One was Santa Paula, which by this point we probably already released. We're actually releasing it this week that we're filming this one. And this airport. This airport was really requested by just people, like random people, before we even started doing the channel.
Oh, really?
Remember our friend Martin?
Oh, that's right.
He told us to come here, and everybody was like, have you guys been to Columbia? I was like, no, never been to Columbia. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Here we are.
I know. I'm gonna let you talk about that approach, though.
So it was incredibly scenic, really beautiful, but whoa.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it's interesting because you've got the grass runway,
Yeah.
and then you've got your paved runway, and there was traffic going on both of those.
Yes.
At the same time.
I think that's what, to be honest, made me a little nervous, because I was like, oh wait, there's someone taking off 29, which intersects the downwind, and we were just like, do we have eyes? Do we have eyes?
But we're here.
But
We
we're
made it.
here. Like, I'm excited to be here. I mean, I remember watching videos of this on YouTube, and I was like, man, that looks really scenic. And there's a lot to do here. We're actually going to spend a couple of nights here. Irene's going to be able to see her family, but tell them what tomorrow is.
We get to tour CAL FIRE.
Yes. Huge thanks to somebody who reached out to us a couple of weeks ago, right?
I think longer than that.
Yeah. Shane, he's actually going to be our tour guide tomorrow. We're going to meet him up in the morning, but we're so excited. You guys got to see, even on the approach, you got to see it.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like all green. They have all the planes and the helicopter out there. It just looked so nice.
That's the cool thing about Shane. Not only does he work at CAL FIRE, he works at Bald Eagle Aviation. The man does everything.
So we're gonna get all the answers.
We're going to get all the answers for you guys. But yes, we're extremely excited. This is our first ever CAL FIRE tour. You guys will get to meet Shane. He did actually agree to be on camera. Literally never met him in person. Tomorrow will be the first time we meet him, 10 a.m. But that's it. Again, today we're just going to sleep it off, and then tomorrow it really begins.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, morning guys. So we are here back at Columbia, and we're here to meet Shane. We were thinking about it all night. And one of the things that I actually thought about is like giving him a perspective of why we are excited to go see CAL FIRE. And it's because, I think we mentioned it before, we were part of an evacuation at home.
We were.
And I remember leaving for our evacuation and really thinking that was it, right?
Yeah.
And so because of that, that's why when we had this chance and we got reached out to go do this tour, we were just like, yes.
Yeah.
We were wanting to.
Oh, yeah.
But on top of that, I think the other thing that, for me personally, because when I was in high school, I wanted to go to the Air Force, be a jet pilot, and I didn't realize how many different occupations there are in aviation, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's become like a little side mission, I guess, for the channel, is to show people like there's so much you can do in aviation. That doesn't even include flying. If you just want to be around planes. I'm excited. Ready?
Me too. Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, hey, how are you doing, man?
Good to see
Pretty
you.
good. Remember my wife Irene?
Nice to meet you.
Dude.
This is Piper. This is
Oh, Piper.
Perfect.
Perfect. 'Cause I feel like you're gonna have so many stories, and we want to make sure we get them all.
Oh yeah, I got plenty. No, but again, welcome. This is her. A little bit of history on the wall of pictures of when it was built. It was basically just a bunch of rocks, and they came in here in the 30s. And initially, it was just grass, as you can see up top. And then as the years went on, it became what it is today. So it's really cool to have all that history here.
Yeah.
Cool thing, and the gentleman actually just passed away, Bill, but right up there on the wall,
Yeah.
that long strip, basically that gentleman right there in 1918 took a biplane from New York to Crissy Field and hand drew all the maps as he went here. And that's what that is along the wall there. Yeah, they were slated to go to the Smithsonian, and they said no, so we have them now. And we're still trying to figure out where that tail hook came from. That was here when he bought the business, and I've tried to find pictures. Nobody knows where it came from, but it's here. So it's a piece of our history.
So it was just like up there?
Yeah, just hanging like that, and someone spray painted the business
Bald
name
Eagle.
on there. So,
Yeah.
but I've been searching, so maybe somebody on the channel can identify it, but I haven't been able to.
Oh, that's
so
a
far.
good idea.
That American flag is actually new.
It looked new.
So they did it just in time for our fly-in this year.
Oh, nice.
But really, it was for you guys to be here. So, so yeah, this airport, as small as it is, we have CAL FIRE with the 4 aircraft. We have an air ambulance. That small hangar over there that has the white stripes on it, that houses these guys. So they have a Huey. And I think they're on contract still, so they're not here. But firefighting company, air ambulance, obviously the building down there, we can check that out on the way back, but that is Courtney Aviation, and they probably are the top people with commanders. Whoa. And they do air attack for fires, they do mapping. So all the aircraft have cameras on them that do infrared and mapping for fires.
So are they like another version of like Intel?
Pretty much. So I actually went for a flight one time and we ended up mapping 3 different fires in 4 hours.
What are you doing in CAL FIRE today? Is there something ultimately you want to do at CAL FIRE?
So as far as the fire career, I think it's going to be, right now it's just to stay, as a firefighter, go up the ranks, be on the fire engine and do that stuff, put water on the wet stuff or the hot stuff, whatever, and medical aids and things like that, because I still enjoy the hands-on work.
Right.
But what this position has allowed me to do is get the certifications to be able to manage exclusive use contracts, get more in tune with the aviation operations. Yeah. And maybe down the road use that and go up the ladder with that. Right. But the other thing too is I can always be, a ground firefighter with these certs and go out on assignments too, to heli bases and things like that. And I've been with CAL FIRE, not at the base, but I've been with CAL FIRE for 8 seasons now. So that's PHI, that's our air ambulance. They have, their standard crew, pilot, nurse, medic. They're used a lot because they'll go from here, they'll go into Yosemite. They're one of the only aircraft allowed to land in the park. And so they'll pick people up from there. Modesto's the trauma center. Sometimes they'll go to Sacramento, but they'll go everywhere.
That's busy this morning.
It is. Grumman S2T, because the turbine conversion. Originally an anti-submarine airplane. Crew of 4, so that's why you have the window in the back. But now it's single pilot. Right down in the belly, that's obviously the retardant tank now. But that used to be where they'd store the torpedoes. It could carry 2 torpedoes. A fun fact is these are actually faster than the OV-10. What? Yeah, even with a load. So these max, you're sitting about 250 knots, with full pulls. They never fly, well, they'll fly that fast maybe to the fire, but the OV-10 is sitting about max of like 230. So they'll outrun the OV-10, which is kind of weird. You wouldn't think that, even with the load on board, but
Now the tour has already been amazing, but we got to experience something we did not expect. We gotta watch
Yeah, watch your head, because I banged it on it.
I banged it back there. Wow.
Right?
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, so Grumman built airplane that used to be the S2 Tracker, and now it's kind of what we use as our primary tool. And
Wow. So this is just you, right? You're
yep. Typically we'll carry about 2 hours of fuel and then 1,000 gallons of retardant. Yeah, that's kind of where we can dial in. So if we're in, say, grass, we would want a lighter coverage setting, and then if we're up in the timber, we want a heavier coverage setting to be able to coat.
Oh, these are the
So
tools.
that controls.
So
that's
like
exactly.
this,
That's
okay.
exactly. The
Oh.
Yep.
What's it feel like when you drop it?
So the tank is really well designed in this airplane, so it's right on the center of gravity. So you kind of just feel like you're getting a little bit lighter. Max gross takeoff weight in it is 29,000 pounds. So it's turning, and that 9,000 of that's typically retardant. So you go from a 29,000 pound airplane to a 20,000 pound airplane pretty fast. It's a pretty increase in performance.
Right. This is power?
Yep, those are power levers, and then those are the condition levers.
Oh.
So basically a prop lever.
Yeah, where are your flaps?
That's these guys here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's the one he put up because of
Yeah, that one can really get your head. Our mechanic jokes that he sharpens this.
And then you got great.
Yeah, we got very good visibility, particularly out the side where you can see. So we're always in the tanker orbit. We're always in left turns, and then if we have to go down, if terrain or the fire dictates, we can fly a right pattern out of it, but it's a little bit harder to see just because you got to go cross cockpit. But yeah, overall visibility is really good. So many things about this airplane. It's really well designed, but they designed it so that you can't actually push up the power and take off with the gust lock on. Yeah, so it's a pretty neat
This is
little tool for the job, I think.
this is an awesome plane.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you so much for letting
yeah,
us
you
in.
bet.
It is so cool.
This is awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you so
bet.
much.
Oh yeah, you bet.
This is the OV10, another veteran, and she's 1960s built, and she did see combat in Vietnam. So, cool fact about it is in the back there, right now we have an ox tank, which wasn't stock. It's 100 gallons of jet fuel just to keep the legs higher on this airplane. But
Okay.
when it was a military airplane, that was all open. And so what they would do is you could stick, they say, 5 guys back there. It get real intimate and personal, but you stick 5 guys back there. The back would obviously be off.
Right.
And what they would do is they'd go fly over an area. These would be spec ops guys. They didn't jump out, but the airplane would pitch up and they would just fall out.
What?
Basically parachute into a hostile area as special forces. So that's one of the things this airplane did in its career.
I mean, I
there's-
guess you can, right? There's nothing in the way.
and that's part of the design.
Yeah.
Is they said, hey, let's make this thing look really weird because we're gonna have people fall out of the back. And obviously the main mission of this was kind of like what it does now, observation. But yeah, we can go over here and go more in depth inside. You guys can check the inside of this out. The radios that he's got a monitor back here. Oh. And then just what the front office looks like in here. Nice. So you got the stick, so you feel like a fighter pilot.
Yeah. Well, this thing flies pretty awesome, actually.
They love it. Everyone that flies the OV10 say they love the way it performs.
It's a perfect, like, spotter plane.
Yeah, and when the canopies are closed, it actually bulges out a little bit too, so you have a lot of downward visibility.
That's so cool.
And again,
And then the engines are back, and
yep. The original OV10s used to have a 3-bladed prop, and so these look a lot cooler
yeah,
being on them.
yeah, they do. I think you said you guys have fly-in, but what do you guys do with, like, the community to show them like this?
So one of the big things that we do here is a lot of tours. A lot of the local schools come by and we'll give
that's awesome.
tours to the kids. When there are fly-ins here,
Yeah.
a lot of those groups come over, set up tours. So yeah, we average probably 5 to 6 a year.
Oh, nice.
The last one we had was a tour of 60 kids from K through, I think, 5 age-wise. So I've had every branch of military in here except the Marines. That's the one I'm trying to get.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, we've been, see where we're at, right?
Yeah.
I've had the Coast Guard in here multiple times.
The Coast Guard?
Yeah, from San Francisco. They're like, yeah, well, they said go fly. And we said, can we go to Colombia? Like, yeah, sure. So they come up here, land, go into town, go get food, come back. Yeah, everybody but the Marines. So put the word out there, have them come in. We almost, earlier this year, had an Osprey come in. They were staging at METAR Airport doing something, and they were going back and forth, and they called the airport manager here, and they said, yeah, we're looking to maybe stop into Colombia. Is that okay? Like, are we able to fit? And so she told me that. I'm like, oh, let's go. And then, so I stayed here after we shut down here, and I watched them METAR all the way down to Salinas and then stop here. I'm like, okay, guys, but someday.
Yeah, Marines, come in here
Please.
to Colombia.
Yes. It's the last branch that I need to see here / fuel. And then we're good. I've done the whole thing. So.
Oh, that'd be cool.
No, I'm the same way. I'll be looking, because the other thing too is, what's up? Hey, are you ready to, what are you doing? We got another tour? Just these guys. But this is the best one. You ready? All right, this is my guy,
Do that
Carlos.
to everyone.
Yeah, we'll go have him show us the copter, because he's going to have more information. He's one of the outside
nice.
guys. That's the helitender. So that will go anytime that leaves and it's far away from the airport. It's 1,000 gallons of jet fuel. Then it has a bunch of accessories on there for the crew.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, it'll go to any of the fires that, like I said, aren't close to this airport,
Yeah.
because they have their own fuel here when they land. But they'll literally just go find a fuel, park that in there, and then go land.
This is a UH-60M. Comes with 2 engines compared to our old Hueys. It was 1 engine. So if one was to go give out or anything, we'll have more than enough power to kind of compensate that.
I didn't know
lost
that was a
engine.
redundancy.
Yeah, so there's obviously more power too.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot more lifting power with this 1,000-gallon tank. It weighs about 1,500, but they'll fill up around 600, 650, just because it's so heavy in weight.
Is that retardant?
No, just water.
Just water. Okay.
Just water, yeah. I'll show you the snorkel on the other side. One of the cool things about it, it doesn't take. It's 7.5 horsepower within this little engine that will suck up the water, which will suck up around 1,000 gallons per minute. So it doesn't take too long. So they're in a dip and out of the dip right away. And we'll have the op soup. So 3 designated positions in the ship at all times. We have our front seat captain, which sits on the other side. Our front seat pilot will sit on the right hand side, and then our op soup will be kind of rotating in and out of those windows, just kind of be another set of eyes.
Okay.
So for example, if we were to land on a fire, they'll drop us off with a front seat captain. So 6 firefighters and a captain will come on out. But we'll go to work with these tools, these hand tools right here, and also these bag pumps, which is 5 gallons of water in a backpack. And we'll mosey around with that, and we'll squirt away. It might not seem like a lot, but one of us, 2 of us can take out a whole flank pretty much.
What?
Pretty good. Depending, on the flame lengths and the intensity, but.
So you're one of the ones that actually gets dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, if a fire were to set off, everybody's already here that needs to be here for this, for the pilots, for that.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Once the call goes out,
Yeah.
we're doing our stuff. These guys are getting geared up inside. They're putting their yellows on, which is they're basically their fire jackets, their helmets. Right. They're starting the APU on here, doing all their checks. Starting, these guys are getting on board. Once the last tanker's off the ground, these guys are pretty much within a minute of lifting.
Oh man.
So our packs are a little different compared to the engine guys or the hand crew guys. They're a little lighter, a little smaller, just because we do have those bag pumps on our backs at all times, whether it's up in the grass or timber. Just have that room You know, so that whole backpack will go right over the straps and it'll sit right here. And I'll have a nice little sitting platform so you don't have that
Oh.
5 gallons of water just sloshing around back
Yeah. Wait, how much does this weigh?
there. This one doesn't weigh too much. We just have enough for water just because we're kind of in and out. So as soon as the cars goes out, we'll get picked up. But this one is not too heavy.
Oh my God. It's not too heavy, but it weighs something.
Yeah, so we have enough water just to kind of last us for the day. Yeah, so we'll carry.
Water bladders are what's heavy. Those weigh about 45 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh.
So those, yeah, that's what makes up our weight. Is the,
Wait, so it's that and this combined?
I'll pull it out. Yeah.
This is already kind of, it's not like it's light.
I know, I like it's like not too heavy.
On the engine side of things, you're wearing this, and then you're putting 200 or 300 feet of hose on your back in a pouch,
Oh my God.
which is probably about the same weight.
Okay, so that's 45 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh, you're carrying this? Oh my God. Plus
That's why they
this.
look the way they do.
Pack comes always if we get a fire in like the grass, oak woodland, we'll take these. And then if we happen to go to something like in the higher elevation, more in the timber or brush component, we might drop a couple of these and take a saw and a saw pack.
Oh my God.
So it's just depending on the...
I don't think people realize what you guys carry.
No, we're going up the hill, down the hill with this.
I feel like that's like something probably people are familiar, like 3 bowling balls. Actually, it's like 4, right? Because if it's like a 10-pound bowling ball.
Yeah.
15, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of get used to it.
And you're okay, so you're getting out the helicopter. Do you have that already on you?
No. So
Okay.
we'll shoot them out.
Okay. You have this on you.
Yes.
Does every time this thing takes off for a fire, there's a crew in here? Every time. Wow. And then how do you guys come back? They'll pick you up?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Pick us
Oh.
up. Usually the senior guys will sit tool or tool help, and then our newer guys will go in between these seats, these 2 in the middle, and then senior guys. But sometimes they'll get mixed up. We'll put a new guy on tool help just to, get him some more experience and get used to it, so it's not of a shock.
And do you guys use this for like search and rescue too?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So another perk of our jobs is we also get to do rescues. This right here is our Goodrich hoist. Our max reel out is about 250 feet. So we'll top off. We'll do some rescues up in the Stanislaus, down over at Cleo's Bath, all over the place. Yeah, and then we'll have designated rescuers for the day. So 2 designated firefighter rescuers. We'll kind of decide that in the morning before the day gets started, and we'll have them in a manifest.
And these blades are huge.
Yeah.
I always forget.
4 articulating blades, so they all kind of change within what they want. They all weigh a little different. They're ranging around 240, 243 pounds. So they all weigh a little different within some sort. I think it's like, for example, this one is 241.8, and then this one is
242.
242.
Oh.
So it's a little different. Weird.
Yeah. So what is that?
Some engineer stuff.
Well, again, thank you guys for showing us this. I don't think so. This is the most we've ever seen in here, so this is awesome.
Great.
Yeah, thank you again.
Where are you guys out of?
We fly out of Corona.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys can come visit us, but we're not nearly as exciting.
Well, we have a set location, so we don't want to not have a show.
Right?
Right when a captain comes out.
You guys have to be on your best behavior.
Pressurize the number 2.
Yep, this is the pride and joy. One thing I like to do is run, and I just run inside the airport perimeter because it's safe, and it's who else can do that, right?
Right.
Yeah, this is one place that I spend a lot of time at. And
You guys got TV?
TVs. They can do like Peloton classes on the TV with the bikes. Circuits in here a lot. That's a big thing we do. Yeah, we get a lot done around here.
Is there AC in here?
There is. The mornings are a little rough because it's super cold in here,
yeah.
so keep the doors closed sometimes.
But then you guys work out and it warms up a little bit.
You hope, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing the right thing, it should be, yeah.
This is so awesome. Like I said, we've never done this before. Such a cool thing.
No, you're a TBM kind of family. I'm gonna get you one of those. That's easy. It's low wing. It's one engine. It's fast.
easy.
Come on.
You can still fly it into here.
Yeah,
Apparently.
exactly.
We already know DP will do the check ride.
Yeah, he'll get you hooked up.
You'll be in good company parking it here.
And this is the world's famous campground
Whoa.
and pavilion, which can be rented out for events.
What kind of events do you guys have here?
Oh, I mean, most of the fly-ins that happen here, they'll use this. So we have the Luscombe fly-in, we have the Cessna 180, 185 fly-in. From here, you'd go towards our office and there's a man door next to it, and that has a code. So you get the code, you walk out, and it depends on where you want to go. If you want to go into Old Town, there is a trail from the parking lot that'll take you into Old Town.
Is that where that sign says, like a trail?
Yep, that's the exact one, yep.
Okay.
So that'll take you to Old Town, and then if you're here and you want to go to Mandy's, which is another great spot to eat, it's down the main road once you leave the airport, and you hang that right, and it's right there. So most people come in. We don't technically have a cafe on the airport, but that's technically it.
Oh.
Because you can walk to it within 5 minutes.
Right. All right, so we're at the fuel pumps, and they have two of them actually. They have one on this side and then one on the other side. There's actually someone here just right now filling up as well. This one's a little leaky. Oh, one other piece of note, in case the FBO is closed, there's another option for restrooms. So let's go check this out. All right, good morning. This is we're on day 3 here? Man, okay. So, but we're here at Old Town Columbia, and you said you think you've been here before as a kid.
So. Yeah, I think this was a school field trip.
Oh.
Columbia's looking a little familiar, and my mom claims that I've been here before, so.
She wouldn't lie to you.
Hopefully not.
But it's actually pretty cool. Like I said, I've never been here. This one's like a walking through a museum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw the original firehouse.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's a museum right across from where we're standing now. Mm-hmm. And then there's actually a couple of like restaurants and saloons and inns, and I think we're gonna try to get a sarsaparilla.
I don't even know what that is. The cool thing is though that they close off the streets, right?
They do.
But yeah, we're just gonna keep checking out the rest and see what else we can show you guys. Oh, it's cold.
You can smell the peppermint.
Huge.
Oh, there's glass there.
Where we?
St. Charles Saloon.
Okay, sorry. I completely lost track of where we ate. I think because honestly, the pizza was really good. The cheese was delicious. And
the sarsaparillas are really good.
I'm not a fan.
Cheers. Cheers. So they have sarsaparilla on tap there, and we really enjoyed it. The only thing is, like, I wish it had a little more carbonation, but it was pretty good.
Shane did not steer us wrong with that place. I did not have the spice pickled pizza though.
Yeah, so correction, it is a pickle pizza.
Oh, pickled pizza.
Around the table, I think everyone seemed to like it, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think everyone's agreed that I think we showed up on the
Best
nicest
time.
weekend,
I
yeah.
know.
So.
All right, so you ready to head out of here?
Let's
All
go.
We are calling it a wrap here at Columbia. There's actually a lot to do here, which really surprised me, because I think you hear Columbia and they're like, oh, it's like in the middle of like the woods, and what do you expect to be here? Day 2.
Which is the Cal Fire tour.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and we had a blast. Shane, thank you so much again. I don't think there's enough like gratitude in the world to express how we feel. No, yeah, it just was so beyond our expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to see the Bronco up close.
Yeah.
The S2T Grummans, the tankers.
You got to get in.
We got in.
Yeah.
We got to see the helicopter and the Helitack crew, and that was just such a treat. I don't know. I think we started with that on our trip, so that was like the peak. This area is definitely in good hands.
Yes.
So, I mean, that was just so exciting.
I know. And then the grounds.
Oh, beautiful. I think we joked that it felt like summer camp when we were there.
Camp Cal Fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. On day 3, we actually saw them on the side doing some
did.
brush cleaning or something like that, right?
Yeah, so we can talk about day 3. We had gotten some lunch at St. Charles Saloon.
That's right,
Which
yes.
was a recommendation from Shane and the crew at Cal Fire, so thank you
Right.
again. And then we were on our way to Sonora to check out the old town there, and in that, Roger had spotted the Bronco coming out, which we knew what that meant.
I know, we were just passing through here, and I'm like, I look up, and I was like, babe, that's the Bronco. And as soon as we, because Shane had already told us, like, that's the first one out.
Yep.
And we were like, okay, there's a fire somewhere.
Yeah, and then shortly after, we saw the first tanker go out, so we knew something was going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, we turned back around, came back to the airport, and we were able to catch them landing.
Come back, yeah.
Yes.
That
That was awesome.
That was really cool.
And we found out that there's like extensive tunnels underneath Sonora.
Whew, it was a lot.
It was a lot.
We did a lot and still didn't do everything.
We didn't.
So, do we recommend this place? Heck yeah. Like, this place is awesome. It's peaceful. Thank you to the entire crew at Cal Fire Columbia.
It's unlike anywhere else.
It is.
And I can see why people fall in love with this place.
Yeah,
so.
because you get away. When you get away here, you get away. It's completely different. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, we hope you really enjoy this one, because we love this, and we hope we do it justice. And if we don't, just come and visit. You'll know exactly what we're talking about. All right. Good.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. Ooh. I forgot. I gotta show you guys how to pay. I haven't paid yet. But essentially, there's a QR code, and it is right on a bulletin board before you go into the FBO. You just click on that, it'll open up on your phone. You tell how many days you were here, and that's it. And that actually does not go to the FBO, it goes to the county. So just make sure you do that. They're trying to obviously make sure that they have the money to do the upgrades that they need, and that does help them. Today, we are on Cloud 9. We couldn't believe that we got an amazing tour of CAL FIRE and Columbia. It couldn't have been with a more generous and down-to-earth person like Shane. Now, if you didn't know, you can contact CAL FIRE Columbia for a tour if you're interested. They just had a ton of kids there recently from a local elementary, and they love doing it, so don't be shy. It's an amazing experience. Columbia is a beautiful place, and now we understand why so many pilot friends told us that we needed to go. And it's probably the only place where we have actually considered camping because of how well those campgrounds are kept. And no, that doesn't mean we want to camp. My camping days are long gone. We love our showers and our beds too much now.
Columbia traffic at roll 1939 hotel taxiing from fuel to Runup for 17 Columbia.
And of course, we want to thank all of our members for helping keeping this channel going. We've never asked any of you for anything, but lately YouTube has made a change to the algorithm that has negatively affected a lot of creators, including us. So for the first time, we'll ask you to like and subscribe. We think it still helps, still not sure, but it couldn't hurt. And if you want more behind the scenes, extra content, consider joining our Patreon as well. We have live streams on locations while filming, a lot more of what's going on with Hannah, and we'll even have extra footage that made the cutting room floor of CAL FIRE. And again, to all that are already our current members, you guys are our inspiration to keep going. So thank you so much. As we leave today, we look back on our time here like it is surreal. We got an invite from Shane, and he couldn't have been a more amazing host and now friend. So much so that he came to see us off. If you look real closely as we turn for the runway, you'll be able to see him. But he pretty much showed us everything. We got to meet some of the crew at CAL FIRE, and as I said before, Columbia and its surrounding areas are definitely in good hands. We were even surprised by the old town of Columbia. I mean, I never thought I'd be panning for gold, but I should know better at this point. We fly to places and are constantly discovering new experiences. Our special thanks to CAL FIRE for being so gracious to have us, to Bald Eagle Aviation for being a spectacular FBO, and for Mr. Shane Summers, who made all of this possible, will be an amazing captain, and reminding us what is possible when you share a little of yourself like we do on the channel with the world. So if you thought about wanting to start a YouTube channel, share your adventures, please do so. We would love to watch them. Thank you for being incredible. We'll see you next week, and until then, go fly, go discover.
Columbia traffic at roll 1939 hotel taking runway 17 straight out departure Columbia.
Firecapture 3 miles to the east, 600 feet cross midfield, east-west for southwest at McClellan.
Columbia traffic over 1903 Niner Hotel on the upwind, departing to the south. Last call. Good seeing you, Shane.
And McClellan traffic, Firecapture 3 will pass behind that base to final traffic.
Traffic, session 659 final 16 McClellan.
Traffic, Firecapture 3, passing the approach in 16 behind the short final Cessna, McClellan.
McClellan area traffic, the Grasshopper's over near the Cal Expo water tower, and we're going to jump off frequency and talk to exec. McClellan.
McClellan traffic, session 659 going around 16 McClellan.
Columbia traffic, Cirrus 802 Charlie Delta, is approximately 18 miles out, inbound for landing.
McClellan traffic, session 659 right cross on 16 McClellan. McClellan traffic, session 659 right, downwind 16, helicopter in sight, McClellan.
Yeah, we got your site 2, Firecapture 3 landing southwest pad. Columbia traffic, Cirrus 802 Charlie Delta is approximately 10 miles to the west. Inbound for landing, runway 35, Columbia.
We're on right base. Full stop. We're calling traffic, Cessna 61229, our final 16, I'm calling.
Columbia traffic, Cirrus 802 Charlie Delta is approximately 5 miles to the west. Inbound for landing 35, Columbia.
Traffic, Cluster 773 Delta Bravo. About 6-7 miles routed to the north, turning long left base, or shoot the approach, correction, shoot visual to 16 at McClellan.
Columbia traffic, Cirrus 822 Charlie Delta is turning right and exiting runway 35, Columbia.